Alright Kettlers, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and we are here with our brand new video series that we teased in our last video. Well, I didn't tease it, I guess I announced it in the last video. Our brand new series on the Reisenjima HELMs. I know what you're thinking, Valor, this shit has been solved for a decade. Astral Flow, Astral Conduit, move on with your day. Well, things have changed in the past few years, and I gotta tell you, there's a better way to do it. And that's what I'm gonna show you here. I've been doing a melee Zerg now for maybe 2 years, I don't know, over a year for sure. And I find it much more reliable, a little bit faster, and you get to get your hands dirty, so it's more fun. Today's video, we're going to start with what I think is the hardest of the easy fights. We're going to start with Big Albumen. He's also my favorite, he's so cute. And I had to kill my Albumen pet in my Maw Garden yesterday. My heart's still kind of heavy, so it's going to be nice to see him out there in the wild, even though I'm going to kill him again, but whatever. Anyway, we're going to start with Albumen. This strategy is almost identical for Tellus and Vinipata as well, so if you get Albumen down, those guys are a given. It's all the same buffs even, except the bar spells on Tellus are different, so I want to start with him because he's the hardest one of the easy ones, and if you can knock him out, you can knock them all out. But don't worry, we're going to do videos on everything, so we'll probably start with Albumen, and then we'll go to the harder ones, I think, next week. Shaw, Irenaeus, Zerti, those are the more complicated ones. And then we'll double back and, go over Vinipata and Tellus and Anicophora. So without further ado, let's jump into Big Albumen. All right, well, before we actually get to Albumen, let's start with lesson 1 of doing these Helms fights in Reisenjima. Take advantage of your temporary items. Shiftrix here sells a multitude of ridiculously powerful temporary items that can take a lot of the burden off of these fights. I mean, look at all the potions, Vicar drinks, all this stuff. Crazy stuff. There's a lot of things too, like charm buffers that block charm for a time. You get the Steadfast Tonic and it blocks terror. Super Revitalizer resets all your cooldowns except your 2-hour cooldowns. These things can make the fights a lot easier, and a lot of times, part of winning these fights is bringing in the right debuff prevention items. Like on Tellus, for example, she can charm. Big part of that is having a charm buffer and making sure everybody employs it when it's time. Soul Voice is when it is. We were doing Albi right now. Moneta's Tonic is really the ticket there because he does Amnesia, and that can really truncate your damage. And in these fights, the best defense is a good offense. We want to kill them quickly before we get overwhelmed. So a big part of this is using your temporary items, and I'll go over the good ones to use to block the debuffs for these fights, but as a general rule, on every single one, I have a buff retinue that I like to use right here, and everybody should use this. Only white mages shouldn't engage these fights. Core should be in there, Bard should be in there, Geomancer should be in there, red mages should be... Everybody should be cranking, and I have this macro here. These are the 4 that I like to use before every fight. Monarch's drink gives you regain. The Braver's drink gives you, it increases all your stat attributes by a lot. Barbarian's drink gives you a fat attack boost, and Fighter's drink gives you an accuracy boost. These things have really high evasion. I think like Albumen you need 1800, so any extra accuracy you can get is going to be worth it. So basically, always use these 4 right before the fight, and you should do them before you pop them so that as soon as they pop you can get right at it. Those are my 4, but go ahead and look through those temp items and see which ones look good to you. Maybe your red mage is having trouble landing debuffs. Drink an assassin's drink before. It gives you a fuck ton of magic accuracy. These things are here for a reason. Make sure to use them. All right, now really no more ado. We're here at Reisenjima number 9, ready to pop Albumen. I know I'm in a different outfit. That's neither here nor there. And I like to pop at number 9. It's relaxing. The little pool of water my tower's drowning. I see the fish every now and then. But you can pop wherever you like. The only helm that really matters where you pop him is Irenaeus, but this is my spot. So let's go over some of Albumen's basics before we get him out here. So right off the top, we just need to accept this. He is a scumbag, okay? I know, he's cute, but scumbag. He's a monk sub-black mage. He's got access to 100 Fists, he counters, and he can cast some spells. And he's so cute in his little jacket, a big old pink Mandy. Part of the reason this fight's so annoying is he has access to a bunch of debuff moves. So he's got Scream, that's an AoE terror move. He has Fatal Scream, which is an AoE 10 count doom. My least favorite of all is Pedalback Spin. It inflicts poison, paralyze, blind, silence, plague, amnesia, the whole friggin' show. And then he also has pedal pirouette, that's how you say it. TP reset, bloom fouette. I'm definitely not saying that one right. That's a 50% max HP down, or MP down, sorry. And Temple Twist is the 50% max HP down. And those two max down moves become 75% when Albumen is under 25% HP. So imagine he's 100 fisting you and countering you, and he smacks you with 75% HP down. It can get a little bit hairy. But that's going to be help us decide which bubbles we're going to do. So just keep in mind all those debuffs. For some more advanced things about Albumen, he also has access to a bunch of ads. When you pop him, he's going to pop some ads right with them, right at the outset. All the ads have their own jobs. There's white mage ones, there's ninja ones, there's red mage one, and a dancer one. They will use their 2 hours pretty much right out the gate when they come out. And when you pop him, he brings 4 out. So you're going to get Mijin immediately. One of them's going to Benny, but that's not really going to matter because you're right at the start. And every 2 minutes thereafter, he's going to summon 4 more ads for a total of 12. So he can have 12 babies around him while you're fighting him. But if things go well, you'll only have to deal with that first set that come out with him. He shouldn't get to the other ads. And they are susceptible to sleep. So I use Bard to sleep. They're pretty resistant. You do need Nightingale, Troubadour, and Marcato to get it to stick. I suppose if you're going to use your red mage and have him sub black mage, you need Elemental Seal, Sleep Good to get that to land, but Bard works fine. So I use Bard. Couple of hot tips. That Mijin Gakure used to be pretty deadly, and as soon as it comes out, it blows people up. These days, it doesn't seem to matter, but I still pop Sacrosanctity on the party before we pop Albumen, and then you have 30 seconds from there to pop them, and then everybody's going to be fine. Also, best practice, Nightingale, Troubadour, and Marcato should already be fired before you pop them. And then you pop Albumen, you wait a couple of beats, and then you hit him with Sleep. If you hit Sleep immediately, the ads will have Claim Shield on, and they won't get slapped, and then you'll burn your Marcato. So, pop, wait a couple seconds, boom, sleep them. And for our party setup, this is going to be the same for just about every Helms. We're not using a tank. We're going with a supercharged warrior to do a lot of the heavy lifting and a bunch of support. So we're doing warrior, bard, corsair, white mage, red mage, and geomancer. Kind of a classic 11 setup, right? For the rolls, it's going to be Chaos and Sam's roll. No problems there. The songs are going to be Honor March, Blade Madrigal, 2 attacks, and Aria of Passion. Now, if you don't have Aria of Passion, that's fine. Go ahead and throw on the 3rd attack. Or if you're having accuracy issues, you can do 2 Madrigals. I used to do 2 Madrigals back in the day. It worked fine. Honor March, 2 attacks, 2 Madrigals. But don't forget that Fighter's Drink if you're having accuracy problems. That can be huge for you. For the bubbles, this is really important. We're going to do Indi-Torpor because this mother effer is really evasive. Geo-Frailty. And we're going to Entrust-Vex. Vex is going to reduce Albumen's magic accuracy. He's going to have a much harder time landing all those stupid-ass debuffs on you. And the name of this fight really is, the best defense is a strong offense. You want to kill him fast. So getting hit by a terror or getting hit by an amnesia early on, like particularly when you're rocking your mighty strikes and your war cry, can really slow things down and get you cranked. So the Vex helps you resist the terror. We are going to use Moneta's Tonic to block the amnesia, so that's going to be great. You could use a Steadfast Tonic as well to block the terror. I've never known that to be much of an issue, so I don't do it. I'm already popping so many things, and when you're multi-boxing it too, the simpler the better. But remember that you got the Steadfast and the Moneta's Tonic. Make use of them, right? And the Red Mage should haste to everybody, and they really need to make sure to Phalanx to everybody. Albumen does have that hate reset, so it might not just be the warrior taking the hits. Albumen might start spinning around and beating on everybody. Phalanx helps with that a great deal. So make sure Phalanx everybody, haste to everybody, and just get to cranking. Now, from this part, I'm going to stop talking live, and I'm just going to do the fight, and I'll talk over it. While we're buffing here, a couple more fine points I forgot to go over. For the bar spells, Still do Barfire and Baramenisia. I can't stress enough how bad Amnesia can ruin this fight, so even if it goes past the duration of your Moneta's tonic, or maybe somebody forgets it, that can really jam you up. This fight's all about winning quick, and you're going to have your Mighty Strikes and your War Cry right out the gate. You don't want that to get interrupted, so Barfire, Baramenisia. Now we're just getting buffed and getting ready for the fight. Food can be kind of important. For this fight, I do a defense food on Warrior. I do the omelet sandwich just to be a little safer. I use Crepe de Roy on the Red Mage. Give her a little magic accuracy to make sure debuffs land. Everybody else, you know, it's defense on the Geomancer and the White Mage. I use Sublime Sushi on the Bard because she offhands the Scent event. And just a Grape Daifuku on the Corsair. One massive thing I forgot to mention when I was going over his mechanics, I did do a text overlay, but in case you're not watching and just listening, if you pop him during the nighttime, he has access to a move called Phaosynthesis. It gives him a fat stat boost, and if you don't dispel it, he's going to give you a fat beatdown. Now you can dispel it, so it's fine, but to just avoid it altogether, if you pop him between the hours of 6 and 18, he won't have access to it. So I want to put that out there. Technically, the fight you're about to watch is at night, but that's because I ran out of time. So it can be fine, but it's just best to avoid it. And this part just takes me a little while because I'm multi-boxing, but basically I'm trying to get my characters around the question mark so they surround Albumen when he comes out. I forgot to mention too, you can use Lucid Wing temporary items to give yourself TP, which I did on Larry. I had to do that wild card there because I fucked up and forgot to get a Super Revitalizer on Lyra. She's the Bard, she needs the Nitro again, so I just said, you know what, I won't need the wild card in the fight, I'll burn it here. But best practice is to... Really the best practice is to use Nitro, use the Super Revitalizer to get back, buy a new one, have it ready in the fight just in case it goes on too long. But you also have Random Deal and Wildcard to reset, because remember, ads come out every 2 minutes and you need Nitro to sleep them, so it's better to be prepared and ready for it and not need it rather than the reverse. But I completely fucked up here. Now I'm just popping all the buffs, I'm popping the drinks, getting Bolster. I'm going to pop Sacrosanctity, then Nitro, then the Moneta's tonics. I do the Moneta's tonics last because, again, getting that Amnesia can really blow the fight. So I like to make sure I have the most duration on that before going in. Alright, here comes the pop, and remember, wait a couple of beats after he pops to sleep him, because otherwise you'll burn your Marcato and the babies won't go to sleep. There's the Mijin, doesn't hurt us anymore, we don't care. There's the sleep. Hit a provoke just to get the Albi on the Warrior, and then it's crank time. Warcry, Tomahawk, Mighty Strikes, get cooking. This fight was going so fast I fucked up the debuffs, but you want to do box steps and a Haste Samba on your... I use the Bard Sub-Dancer. 5 box steps and a Haste Samba is huge, especially the Haste Samba if your warrior is using Nagling, which works perfectly fine. And you want to make sure to get Dia and Distract on ASAP, Soul and Paralyze if you can. The fight was going so fast I didn't have time to do it, but oh my god, it's already over. There you go, that's Albi. So that's Albumen. I mean, that's all there is to it. That was far from a perfect run, and you saw how easy it went. I didn't get Distract on, I didn't get Slow on, I didn't get Dion till it was almost over, I didn't Mighty Strikes till it was at like 25%, and even still, it went down really fast. This fight is all about pre-planning and being ready before you pop him. As long as you have everything in place, he goes down pretty easily, and with 6 people, he doesn't have a ton of HP, so he really gets cranked. But this method is fully upscalable. We do this with 18 people. Obviously, the fights take a little longer, but we manage to get through them every time, so it's not really a problem. The big thing is just, you know, make sure you use those Moneta tonics. The Vex is huge. And try to get the debuffs on right away after he pops, but also get right to work on cranking him. The faster he goes down, the less problem he has. And even on that video just now, that was nighttime and it was still fine. I mean, I don't think he did the move, but I didn't really have enough time to do the move. I only did it because that was my third take, and I was just like, I don't want to wait till daytime. Let's just get it over with. So there's Albumen. That's the first entry in our Helm series. We're going to try to keep up with this weekly, so look forward to those videos. We do this thing live daily. Twitch.tv/ValorXI starting at 5:45. Such a weird time to start. 5:45 Pacific time. If you're interested, come on down. If you're not, well then, you know, don't. It's fine. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye.